I'm gonna tell a story about myself.
Oh, good.
The first time I ever prayed to God, I was like 7 years old, and there was a bank opening down the street from my dad's house. And my dad had his money in that bank, and my dad was working but at his store, and he said, oh, you should go down there for the little party. It was like, a grand opening party for a bank. So I'm a 7-year-old kid, and I go down there, and they give you raffle tickets, and like you can win shit, right? And so they give me a bunch of raffle tickets, and I'd never even thought of anything for it, and I said in my head, I'm like, dear God, if I can hold my breath for 60 seconds, will you please let me win the cheesecake? So I held my breath, and I didn't have a stopwatch, so I had to count out 60 seconds, right? And I won the fucking cheesecake.
So how often do you hold your breath now?
I've done that 3 times in my life, and all 3 times it worked.
So now you believe in God? So you believe in God?
I swear to God.
What were the other 2 times?
So the other time was I was in high school, and it was my senior year, and there was like a month left of school. And I get a call from the counselor, and they call me, and they're like, hey, Sevan, you're not going to graduate. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you're only taking 2 classes this year. You were kicked out of your math class, and I was kicked out of another class. I was only taking 4 classes. And they're like, and you have to take this many credits to graduate from high school. And so I feel tears welling up in my eyes. I know that's hard to imagine. I'm a 17-year-old man-child or 18-year-old man-child, and tears are welling up in my eyes.
You tear up every day.
And so she's like, hey, I can check your final transcript if you want. And I don't remember, and that was the second time I ever prayed to God, and I don't remember what I promised God. I didn't hold my breath this time, Matt, so that story's a little different, but I promised him something like I won't pee on the floor anymore or something. I made some deal with God. And she comes back with my final transcript, and she goes, oh my God, you've been in every high school play since your freshman year, after school high school play. I go, yeah. She goes, I didn't add those up into your credits. You have exactly enough credits to graduate. And I graduated.
You got credits for high school plays?
Yeah. And you know why I did the high school plays? Because
Why?
there were older girls. My freshman year, after school one day, I'm walking by drama practice. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here? It was like all the pretty senior girls. And I went in and talked to the teacher, and I got a role in the play. And I got credits for it.
So why'd you get kicked out of your classes? What was that math class you got kicked out of?
Basically how I troll you guys on Instagram, that's what I used to do to all my teachers in high school. Like anything the teacher said, I would have to say something back. Like if they said a word that I thought was funny, I would say something back. So
it's such a cool quality to have. Like it gets people to like you a lot.
To always have a smart ass remark is an amazing quality.
I've never heard anyone dislike that trait.
Yeah, it's definitely been my whole life too. I have to hold so many things back, but every time I'm in a setting where one person is talking to a group of people, the whole time I'm like, just smart ass comment. Just like they just come to me immediately after everything someone says, and I have to be like, just shut up, brain.
I've made it part of my routine. You know how you do back and buys on Tuesday, Josh? I've made it part of my routine that after every episode, I'm going to look at the YouTube comments, and I'm going to talk about at least one person's mom every week.
Oh, so that's right. You told me this.
Yeah, I have to find a comment and talk about someone's mom. It's my thing. I think it adds creativity and structure to my life.
I made some rosemary potatoes last night. That's all I'm going to say.
Really?
That's all I'm going to say.